I had a friend ask me to record this so he could share it online and make it real. And I don't really love doing these things, but I did agree because I realized that I had to. So these aren't my regular classes, so I do have my notes pushed back, so hopefully I can stumble through it. Okay, this is real. This is real. I've decided to, after being put unjustly and against my will into a hotel quarantine room, I've decided not to take any food or water, and it's been now over 24 hours that's been going on. I was put in this room because the federal Australian government and the Queensland state government rejected 3 times my applications for exemption to hotel quarantine on the grounds of claustrophobia. The last time that I applied, I used a solicitor, and I provided a significant amount of information that should have gotten me an exemption, but it didn't. So here's the background. My father passed in Canada back in July 31. I was granted an exemption to foreign travel. I applied for that online. I was granted it on July 31, but I didn't go straight away. And the reason I didn't go is because of claustrophobia and inability to be locked up in this hotel room cell for 2 weeks. But then circumstances in Canada changed, and I had no choice but to go, and I waited over 3 months, and I left on November 9. And all of that time, this is how averse I am to being in this hotel room. My romantic partner, she is in Vancouver. I couldn't go. So I waited an additional almost 3.5 months before I left because I could not do hotel quarantine. Would I be doing this if everyone had to do hotel quarantine? No, I would not be. I would not be. But everyone doesn't have to do hotel quarantine. Jetstar executives don't have to do hotel quarantine. AFL executives don't have to do hotel quarantine. Movie stars, singers. Recently, an American infected tennis player infected with COVID-19. COVID-19 positive was just allowed in the country and in Victoria. So no, everyone doesn't have to do hotel quarantine. Everyone's not being treated equally, and that's not okay with me. I landed at Brisbane Airport yesterday to this incredible police force, the complete opposite of which I landed in Vancouver on November 9th. I had all my paperwork filled out. I was asked the appropriate questions. I went home. I did my home quarantine. I had the BC provincial government and the Canadian federal government monitor me, and I passed. I landed in Brisbane. The army is there. There are countless police officers. I was threatened. I was not listened to. I advised them that I am unable to go into that hotel room, and I was told quickly, there's a watch house with the cell waiting for you, and we will use force to get you in there. I reminded the officer, again, after having given him MRI reports showing a broken neck. He said he didn't care, that he will use force, and that any injuries as a result of that force are just the normal risk of using force. And I'm not okay with that. I'm not okay with being threatened by police officers. I'm not okay being treated differently than an executive or a celebrity. I'm not okay with being asked to trust people who don't trust me. The Queensland government, the federal government don't trust me, and they don't trust you to religiously do home quarantine. Yet they break our trust all the time. Police officers are physically abusing us on a daily basis. They are abusing their powers, and they expect us to trust them. Health workers who are working for these politicians, they're lying to us about the numbers of COVID-19 and all sorts of things, yet they expect us to trust them while they don't trust us, and I'm not okay with that. I'm just absolutely not okay with that. My response to not being okay with that is this. I've ceased water and I've ceased food, because yesterday when I showed up at that airport and was threatened by multiple police officers and was put on a bus to a prison cell, something inside of me died. That sounds somewhat dramatic, but it's true. Something inside of me died. And I went, enough. I can't do this anymore. Our politicians are lying to us. They're devastating our economies. They're ruining our lives. And I can't do it anymore. So it's well over 24 hours, and I've had no food and no water. It's been 3 days since I've eaten appropriately. I had my food taken from me at the airport. None of this is okay with me. So as it stands now, I am now beginning to very much feel the effects of no water. Surprisingly, the pain of hunger is being overshadowed by the thirst. My throat and lips are all cracky. My throat is dry. My voice has changed. My skin is dehydrated. My face has changed. I've lost weight. This is not okay. I've just been left to my own devices. As it stands now, I am a ward of the state of Queensland, Australia, and they are not accepting that responsibility. I've had no one check on me. No one has come up here and checked on me. I'm not seeing any medical practitioner. They are lying to all of us. And to those of you who say I'm being selfish, that we have to obey the rules and we have to do our home quarantine because of this deadly virus, all I say to you is this. Go into an airport, take a flight somewhere, and watch how you'll be asked to stand, 8 feet apart from everyone as they shuttle you onto an airplane and have you sitting on top of each other, touching the same plastic armrests and the same seat covers and the same faucets in the bathrooms and the same toilet covers as everybody else. The measures that they're doing are not scientific and they're not working. WHO has spoken of this. Lockdowns and lockups do not work, etc., etc. And I've had enough. So my response is this, and I am not stopping until I'm allowed to do home quarantine. And I've checked, and depending upon the sources that you use, a person can survive 5, maybe 7 days without water. Without 7 days. I'm going into my 2nd day. And I am thirsty. I am not feeling well. My dehydration, headache is pounding. So I appreciate you watching. I'm asking you, please share this. We have to stop this. We have to stop the governments of the world from lying to us and imprisoning us and abusing us and assaulting us. We have to stop this. So please watch this space. I will post other videos and give you my progress or in all probability my decline. Let's just hope that we can make a change. Thanks for that. Bye-bye now.